Our time is 9:40 now. The coronavirus has created so much uncertainty, and it sure is making spring break and summer planning all the more challenging. Fox 5 I-Team's Dana Fowle is here with a few things that we need to know, Dana, before we book those trips.
And this is a little long, so I need you to bear with me. Sorry about that. But, I tried repeatedly to break it up with some travel agents or a company to talk to us on camera about traveling in the age of coronavirus. But here is their worry. Everything is changing so quickly. They're afraid what they tell me yesterday would be outdated today. So through them, I'm bringing you the latest that we have right now, all subject to change. Let's start with the cruises. The State Department is not advising cruise ship travel. If you are still inclined, the CDC wants to be very clear. It does not believe people with underlying health conditions should be on a cruise ship right now. And that's coming from experts. This is a punch to the bottom line of this travel sector. Spring break trips and summer vacations on these boats are being canceled. So here's what the cruise industry is offering to encourage you to at least lock down plans now for later. They're offering flexible booking and cancellation policies. This is appealing. Here's an example, but note cruise lines can have a similar but varying policy. New temporary policies in some cases are offering cancellations up to 48 hours before sailing. Full credit, fair reimbursement in some of these cases. Many of these, and I'll say again, new temporary rules are applicable if you sail before July 31st of this year. And finally, some cruise lines are offering incentives to book by discounting those cabin prices. That's appealing. Travel insurance, do you get it? You have to really read the fine print this time, folks, particularly now. Generally speaking, travel insurance will have little benefit as it is connected to the coronavirus. Why? Well, now it's what is called a foreseeable event. By mid to late January, the travel insurance group said we now know coronavirus might cause cancellations. So you have to take that into consideration when you book. Now, you can get something called cancel for any reason travel insurance. That sounds appealing, except it costs a lot of money. But as I just told you, the cruise industry is trying to close that gap and provide its own Band-Aid for these potential cancellations. Lastly, let's look at the airlines. Airlines are cutting back on schedules now because fewer bookings. Delta, one of them, particularly on international flights. But change and cancel fees are being waived in some of these cases. I had a friend flying to San Fran last week, only 5 passengers on the plane. So
wow.
I looked for some
private flight.
I know. So I, looked at some flights, spring break. Sunny San Diego. Right now you can get a ticket for less than $200 if you are so inclined to fly. Here's an important note that I learned about flying from Delta. The air in the cabin is recirculated every few minutes, fresh air. They use HEPA air filters, probably better than the one you have at home or at the office. And they clean regularly with a defogging disinfectant.
Okay, which is good to know.
Yeah, that is good to know.
To know.
For some reason, I thought airplanes was just the same old stale
me too.
air over
right?
and over. So to me, that was interesting information.
Yeah, very good to know. And it was good to know that about the insurance too, because I feel like right now we'll just get insurance on this trip, but
Boy, read the fine print.
Yeah, have to do that. So do we travel right now?
I can't tell you that. It's a personal decision.
I was asking you.
I know.
Dana, I've got a trip. Do I?
There are some things I would do and some things I wouldn't. It's a personal decision. We talk about social distancing right now, but sometimes you have to travel. How do you do it? That has been changed in terms of canceling or changing plans. So there are opportunities to do it. You can lock some things down, maybe cancel them later, but you've got to determine how important going into a large venue is to you right now.
Wow. All right. A lot to take in there.
These are personal choices.
Very helpful, Dana. Thank you. We appreciate it.